Hey everyone, welcome to my review for the movie Furious 7. This movie is directed by James Waan, and this movie stars Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Jason Statham, Dwayne Johnson, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster, and Tyrese Gibson. Yes, a big cast for this one, and God, I hope this is the last Fast and Furious movie, but yeah, this is probably the first straight-up popcorn action flick of the year, and I was a little curious to see it. This is Paul Walker's final movie, so who knows? This movie could be a blast like Fast and Furious 6. Was this movie good? Well, let me get to the story first. The story of this movie actually takes place just after Fast and Furious 6, and the bad guy from Fast and Furious 6, his brother, is out to get Dominic Toretto and his whole crew. Yeah, that villain is played by Jason Statham. Yes, Jason Statham in a Fast and Furious movie. Sounds awesome, right? Maybe. But yeah, Jason Statham is after Dominic Toretto, and he actually ends up killing Han. Yes, the thing in Tokyo Drift, that was all Jason Statham doing that. And yeah, he's basically after Dominic Toretto. So Dominic Toretto teams up with his crew and teams up with Kurt Russell, yes, who's involved in a secret agency, and they basically have to go after Shaw, which is Jason Statham's character. And basically, in all this movie, there's a bunch of guns, explosions, unrealistic fistfights. Yes, this is a Fast and Furious movie, so this is not a movie you can take very seriously. But God, this movie was just fucking ridiculous. Holy shit. I don't even know where to begin with this movie. Okay, let's start with the performances. The performances in this movie weren't bad. They're basically the typical Fast and Furious performances. Vin Diesel is Vin Diesel. Paul Walker is decent. Michelle Rodriguez is a terrible actress. Same with Jordana Brewster. Dwayne Johnson usually steals the movie, and he wasn't in it enough to steal the movie, but Kurt Russell was in it, and he stole the movie. Jason Statham plays Jason Statham. He's a very generic villain, and he was a generic character. And yeah, the performances were just They didn't drag the movie down. They were just But yeah, let's get to the action. This is the reason why people go see Fast and Furious movies. The action. And the action in this movie was absolutely ridiculous. It wasn't there wasn't one thing at all that I believed in this movie. The shit they do in this movie is like the most unrealistic action. Like, oh my god, there's a scene Vin Diesel lifts up a car. There's a scene Dwayne Johnson rips out of a cast just with his muscles. There's a scene when they drive building to building with a car. It's like a flying car, and oh my god, yeah, there's a scene when Dwayne Johnson throws an ambulance off a bridge and lands on a drone, and oh my god, the shit they do in this movie. And there's a lot of fist fight scenes, and no one gets a scratch on them. Like, God, it's like watching The Marine. But yeah, all Fast and the Furious movies do that, so despite it being stupid, it was a little entertaining to watch. I had some problems with this direction. The direction in this movie was really sloppy. I love James Waan. I love, Conjuring. I love Insidious Chapter 2. He's a good director of horror movies. This is his first straight-up action movie, and yeah, he did it. I'd rather they went back to Justin Lin. Justin Lin's not a great director, but he knows how to direct a good Fast and the Furious movie. This is not a bad Fast and Furious movie. It's a ridiculous, stupid one, but it's an entertaining one. But yeah, every action scene had a lot of shaky cam and a lot of quick cuts, which was a little annoying. And yeah, the third act was pretty noticeable because Paul Walker was in it. You could tell they really CG'd fake Paul Walker, and some scenes you could tell it was a stunt double. I heard Paul Walker's brother did all the stunt work for Paul Walker, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was a little noticeable. Oh yeah, and the dialogue in this movie was really corny. It was like 80s cheese, one-liners. This would have worked perfectly if it was an 80s or 90s action movie, but this is 2015. It's really cheesy and goofy, but I'll have to admit, I was entertained from start to finish. Everything about this movie was so stupid, but so fucking entertaining. I wish Dwayne Johnson and Kurt Russell were in it more, because them two stole the movie. They were freaking great. Yeah, as much as this movie was so unrealistic and so stupid and cheesy, I had a blast watching it. The car chasing scenes, they had no shaky cam, so they were very well done. The action with all the cars and explosions and gunfire and shit, those were cool. Just the hand-to-hand combat scenes were very poorly done. Too many quick cuts and shaky cam, and it was very irritating to watch. And, okay, yeah, the ending has a very good send-off to Paul Walker. I really liked that. That was a very touching ending. I won't say what they do, but it's a very touching ending, and I loved how they did it. It's a very good send-off for Paul Walker, and it doesn't make sense for the story, but for us audience members, it was really touching. I'll miss Paul Walker. He was a decent actor, and yeah, it was sad watching that. It was really good, though. I liked that. However, this movie in general, it was just a silly popcorn movie. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Honestly, if I actually was dragged to go see this again, I would actually see it again. I would probably even see it a third time. So yeah, this is like a guilty pleasure movie. This is, like, I see all the ratings, and people are loving this movie. I could see why. It's fucking ridiculous, but it's so fucking entertaining. So yeah, I could recommend it. If you're a big fan of Fast and the Furious, and just cheesy action movies, you just love watching them, go ahead, give us a movie watch. All the actors are about the same. It's really silly and very unrealistic, but you'll have a blast watching it. I had a blast watching it. It was really fun. They killed a good 2 hours, and yeah, I had fun with this movie. It's dumb, and it says family a lot. Oh yeah, you know Vin Diesel's character, Dominic, says family a bajillion times. Man, he says family more than fucking Walter White says family in Breaking Bad. Jesus Christ. That word means no meaning anymore in Fast and Furious. Family. What gotta do this for family. Family. You're my family. I don't got friends. I got family. You also, in this movie, got Tyrese throwing a lot of jokes. He's basically the comic relief. Sometimes he was funny, but it was a little distracting at times. Like, okay, that's not funny. Alright, this is supposed to be a serious moment, not a funny moment. And yeah, you basically got Michelle Rodriguez. Oh god, I was so glad they killed her in the fourth one, but they had to bring her back. God, she's a terrible actress. But yeah, again, like I said, this movie is fun to watch. You got Tony Jaa in it. I haven't seen Tony Jaa in a movie, well, other than his On Beck movies, but those movies suck. First one's good, but those sequels suck ass. And yeah, they gave him barely any lines of dialogue, which is perfect. All his scenes were awesome. And like I said, Dwayne Johnson, whatever scenes he's in was awesome. And yeah, every Kurt Russell scene was freaking amazing. The action in this movie is so ridiculous, but you just can't take your eyes off it. It's so stupid, but so freaking entertaining. It was like watching Commando. This is like 2015 Commando, but with cars. So yeah, Furious 7, stupid movie. Loved it though. So entertaining. Scale 1 to 10, I'd give it a 7.4 out of 10. Definitely see it if you're not into action movies and you think a lot of them are stupid. Yeah, you'll hate this movie, especially if you hate the Fast and the Furious movies. Yes, skip this one. You'll find it so fucking retarded. Yeah, skip it if you want, though. But if you like it, this kind of shtick, you like silly, cheesy action movies, especially like Fast and the Furious, go ahead, give it a watch. You'll have a blast watching this movie. So yeah, this was obviously not my favorite Fast and the Furious movie. I actually thought Fast 5 was the best movie. But please, comment below, what is your favorite Fast and the Furious movie? Comment below, let me know. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel, and join the ducks.